Let me ask you something. Think about the last time you watched an English learning video. What did the example sentences sound like?
Hello, my name is John. I am going to the supermarket. Would you like to come with me? I mean, sure, technically correct, grammatically perfect, but tell me honestly, have you ever heard a real person speak like that? Has anyone in the history of actual human conversation ever said, I am going to the supermarket, would you like to come with me? No, they said something like, popping to the shops, want anything? 4 words, complete sentence, fully understood, done. And that gap between the English you learned and the English that people actually speak, that is exactly what we're fixing today. No textbook sentences, no scripted dialogues from 1987, just real English, the kind real people use in real conversations every single day. By the time we're done today, you're going to hear English differently, not just understand the words, but feel the rhythm, sense the meaning, get the joke. That's what real fluency sounds like. Let's get into it. It's Monday, 7:45 in the morning. You know the feeling. The alarm went off 20 minutes ago and you've been lying there having a full internal debate about whether you actually need this job. You do. You get up, and now you're at work or wherever your Monday takes you, and your colleague walks in, drops their bag, looks at you with that specific Monday face and says, "Don't even start. What a morning." Now, let's stop right there, because there is so much English happening in those 6 words. Don't even start. This is a fantastic phrase. It means, I know you're about to ask how I am or what happened, but honestly, it's too much to explain. It's been a disaster. Just don't. But it's said with warmth, almost with a laugh. Don't even start. It's not rude, it's bonding. It's 2 people acknowledging together, Mondays are hard. We both know it. We don't need to discuss it. What a morning. This is an exclamative construction. Notice no verb, no subject. Not, I have had what a morning, just what a morning. Native speakers drop words constantly when the meaning is obvious from context. What a day. What a nightmare. What a result. That one is positive, by the way. Let's keep going. You make yourself a coffee, because, obviously, and your colleague sits down heavily in their chair and says, I swear these meetings get earlier every week. 8 o'clock. Who scheduled an 8 o'clock meeting? You say, someone who definitely doesn't have children. Okay, let's look at what just happened there. I swear, used here not as an actual oath, but as an intensifier. It means, I genuinely believe this, I'm certain of it, this is my real opinion. I swear it gets worse every year. I swear he does it on purpose. I swear I left my keys right here. And the response, someone who definitely doesn't have children, this is dry humour, British humour. It implies something without saying it directly. The joke lives in what's not said. Nobody is saying the meeting is bad. Nobody is saying the organizer made a mistake. Just someone who definitely doesn't have children. And everyone in that room laughs because they understood. That, right there, is the humour of real English conversation. It's not jokes, it's not punchlines, it's implication, it's shared understanding, it's wit. And the only way to get it is to hear it over and over until it starts feeling natural, which, if you're still here, is exactly what you're doing right now. The morning continues. Your colleague scrolls through their emails, makes a face that suggests mild horror, and mutters, Right, that's going to be my whole afternoon gone. You glance over. You don't ask. They'll tell you. And they do. Remember that project we handed over last month? Apparently it's, and I quote, not quite what we had in mind. 3 weeks in, and now it's not what they had in mind. You say, classic. 1 word, maximum meaning. Classic, used this way, means this is exactly the kind of frustrating, predictable, entirely avoidable thing that happens all the time, and I am not even surprised. It's a tiny bit sarcastic, a tiny bit resigned, entirely relatable. He showed up an hour late with no explanation. Classic. They changed the brief the day before the deadline. Classic. The Wi-Fi went down right in the middle of the presentation. Classic. One word, oceans of meaning. That is real English. Lunchtime. You're at the supermarket. You're in the queue, basket in hand, and you've been waiting for what feels like considerably longer than it should be taking. The person in front of you turns around with a look that says, "We are in this together," and says, "Always the way, isn't it? Pick the slowest queue every time." And you say, "Every single time." And they laugh, and you both feel momentarily better about the fact that neither of you is moving anywhere. Now, we've talked about "it's always the way" before, but I want to go deeper on what's happening here socially. This is British small talk at its most pure. The comment isn't really about the queue, it's an invitation. It's the person saying, "Hey, I'm friendly. I'm in the same situation as you. Shall we be momentarily human together?" And the correct response, every single time, is an acceptance of that invitation. You're saying, "Yes, I agree. We are in this together. This is briefly funny. We will both be fine." No names, no personal information, two complete strangers, and for about 45 seconds, they are genuinely warmly connected by the shared experience of a slow queue. And then it moves, and you both go your separate ways. That is British social interaction in its most distilled form. Now, you find what you need, you're heading back to the queue, and then you see someone you vaguely know, not a close friend, not a colleague exactly, someone from somewhere, maybe a class, maybe a previous job. You recognize the face, you cannot, for the life of you, place the name. They've already seen you, they're smiling, it's too late to look at your phone. They say, "Oh, hey, how are you? It's been ages." And here is where you need the most important social English skill of all, buying time. "Oh, wow, I know. How are you doing?" Brilliant. You've reflected the question back, you're warm, you're engaged, you've given yourself approximately 30 seconds to remember who on earth this person is. They say, "Yeah, good, yeah, keeping busy, you know. What are you up to these days?" Keeping busy, you know, this is a beautiful non-answer. It means things are fine, not dramatically good or bad. Life is happening. Very common, very real. And what are you up to these days? This is casual English for what are you doing with your life? Where are you working? How is everything? Your answer, "Oh, you know, same old really. It's been a mad few months, but can't complain." Let's break that down. Same old means nothing has changed dramatically. Life is continuing as it was. Mad few months means busy, chaotic, a lot happening. Not angry, not strange, just intense. Can't complain means things are actually fine. This is British understatement at its absolute finest. Things could be wonderful. You could have just got a promotion and won the lottery. Can't complain. Things could be genuinely pretty good. Can't complain. Things could be exactly average. Can't complain. The beauty of can't complain is that it is essentially a full stop for the topic of how you're doing. It's warm, it's modest, it invites the conversation to move on, and move on it does. It's Friday, and if Monday was the heaviest word in the English language, Friday is the lightest. You're meeting friends after work, everyone arrives at slightly different times, the way it always goes, and there's that lovely, messy energy of a group of people who are genuinely pleased to see each other. Someone arrives last, slightly breathless, drops into their seat and says, "Right, I am so sorry, the tube was an absolute nightmare. Tell me you haven't been here long." And someone says, "Don't worry about it, we literally just got here." Literally. This is one of those words that has evolved in modern English. Technically, it means in a literal, exact sense, but in real spoken English, it's used as an intensifier to add emphasis. I literally just got here. She literally did not stop talking for the entire journey. I'm literally starving. Native speakers use it constantly. Constantly. Don't overthink it, just absorb it. It'll start coming out naturally before you even notice. The drinks arrive. Someone says, "Right then, what's everyone having?" Right then, a classic British conversation starter or transition phrase. It means, okay, we're moving forward now. Let's get organized. Let's get this going. Right then, shall we order? Right then, where were we? Right then, I have an announcement. You order, you settle, and then the conversation does what Friday evening conversations always do. It goes absolutely everywhere. Someone brings up a film they saw, someone has a story about something that happened at work, someone's phone goes off and they spend 30 seconds deciding whether to answer it and then feel vaguely guilty either way. And in the middle of it all, the language is flowing, fast, overlapping, natural. Let me give you a few minutes of it. Wait, so what happened? Did he actually say that? He said it and then just carried on like it was nothing. You're joking. I wish I was. Everyone just went quiet and then somehow we all pretended it didn't happen. Classic. Absolute classic. How long has he been there? He can't last much longer, surely. You'd think, but honestly, some people are just Teflon. Teflon. This is a fantastic one. Teflon is the material used in non-stick frying pans. When someone is Teflon, nothing sticks to them. No blame, no consequences, no accountability. He's Teflon. Every mistake just slides right off. The conversation continues. Anyway, enough about work. It's Friday. Are we doing anything after this, or is everyone heading back? I could be persuaded to stay for one more. That's what you said last time, and we were here until 11. And we had a great night. We did, fair enough, one more. Notice, nobody said, yes, I would like to stay for another drink. Instead, I could be persuaded. Playful, indirect, inviting others to persuade them. And the response to the reminder about last time, and we had a great night. Not defensive, not apologetic, just confident and warm, owning the decision. And on its own, this is a tiny but powerful word construction. It means, so what? That's not a reason not to do it again. You stayed up until midnight. And I wasn't tired. That restaurant is expensive. And it's a special occasion. Big meaning, 2 letters. It's late. You've been in bed for 20 minutes, not quite asleep. And then your phone buzzes. It's a friend. And something about the timing tells you before you even answer that this isn't a casual call. You answer, "Hey, everything okay?" And they say, "Yeah, sorry, I know it's late. Is it a bad time?" Is it a bad time? This is one of those phrases you need to know cold. It's how English speakers check whether it's okay to talk. Not just whether you're busy, but whether you're in the right headspace. And the natural response, even if you're tired, even if you were half asleep, no, you're all right. What's up? You're all right. This is British English for, it's fine, no problem, don't worry. Not, you are an all right person. Just, it's fine, I'm fine, go ahead. And then they talk, and you listen. And the English that happens in these moments, the supportive, honest, real friendship English, this is the most important English there is, because this is the English that tells someone, I see you, I'm here, you're not alone. They tell you about something that's been weighing on them, a situation at work, a relationship that's got complicated, something they've been carrying around for weeks. And you say, God, that sounds exhausting. Not, I understand you feel tired. Not, that must be very difficult for you. God, that sounds exhausting. 4 words, complete empathy. God used here as an expression of reaction, not religion. Surprise, sympathy, weight. That sounds exhausting. You're not telling them how they feel. You're reflecting back what they described, and you're validating it. They feel heard in 4 words. That is the power of real English. The conversation continues. I just don't know what to do, you know? And you say, yeah, that's a lot to be sitting with. Sitting with something, this means carrying a thought or feeling without resolution, living alongside a problem that hasn't been solved yet. I've been sitting with that question for months. She's still sitting with what happened. Give her time. And after a while, after the talking and the listening and the small moments of honesty that only happen late at night, they say, "Thanks, sorry to dump all that on you." Dump something on someone to unload your problems or feelings onto another person. It's slightly self-deprecating, apologizing for taking up space. And you say, "Don't be silly, that's what I'm here for." That's what I'm here for, 5 words that mean everything. I'm your friend. This is what friendship is. You don't need to apologize for being human with me. That's real English. Not from a textbook, from life.